Hello everybody and welcome to another video of R&R Partners. My name is Ruxandra and today we're going to talk about 5 things you should know before opening a PFA in Romania. And make sure to stay with us until the very end because the last one might really surprise you. And as always, if you enjoy our content, don't forget to give us a big like and subscribe to our channel. This really helps us out and also helps other people who want to find out more about commercial law and immigration law in Romania. And without further ado, let's just jump right into it. First of all, you might be wondering what is a Romanian PFA. The PFA, also called Persoana Fizica Autorizata, is a type of Romanian company. It is a sole entrepreneurship, so it is best to be used by people who are working on their own or they want to employ just a few other people. You cannot have a really big team as a PFA. And we also made a video about the 2 main types of Romanian company, SRLs, which are also limited liability companies in Romania, and this type of PFA. We'll try to link it here somewhere in the card so you can check it out. Now, let's talk about the first thing you should know about opening a PFA in Romania. In order to open a PFA, you should be an EU citizen and have Romanian residency. If any of those conditions are not met, for example, you are not from Europe, you are from a non-EU country, from Asia, from Africa, or from the Americas, or if you are a EU citizen but you did not get Romanian residence, you are not a Romanian resident with a proper CNP, a residency permit that you obtained from the immigration office called EG, then unfortunately you cannot open a Romanian PFA. But don't worry, you have other options. As I mentioned in the beginning, there are other types of Romanian companies. Also, the limited liability company might be great for you. So make sure to check our video about how to open a Romanian company and find out more about it. The second thing you should know about opening a sole proprietorship or a PFA in Romania is that you should be able to show proof of your education or skills in that specific field. This includes a lot of possible papers. It can be a diploma from your college, or if you made a special course, or if somebody employed you in the past in that field. For example, you want to open a PFA in the field of IT services. You never went to college for IT, you're not an engineer, but you have worked in the past for a few years with a company who gave you tasks in the field of IT. You can show a piece of paper proving that you work for that company in the field of IT and you will be able to open your Romanian PFA. This takes us back to this distinction between a PFA and an SRL, which is a Romanian limited liability company. The PFA is considered to be a type of company for sole proprietors, for professionals. That is why the Romanian Trade Registry asks you to show this kind of proof of education or that you have worked in the field before. The third thing you should know about opening a PFA in Romania is that you should talk to your accountant about a thing called normă de venit. Now, for your PFA, you should have an accountant. It is not really mandatory. For the SRL, the limited liability company, you legally cannot go without an accountant. With the PFA, potentially you could do your own taxes, but to be honest, it is quite complicated, especially if you are an expat or a foreigner in Romania. Even for us Romanian, it's quite hard to do the bookkeeping. It's not very easy, like in the US, where you don't need a CPA for all your stuff. In Romania, we have quite a lot of papers. And if something happens and you get somebody from ANAF, from the fiscal authorities, to come and check your papers and they're not in order, you might get into trouble. So my advice here is to get a Romanian accountant, a special person who will do your bookkeeping. And once you employ that person, or you at least talk to them about quotes and so on, ask them about normă de venit for the PFA and see if you qualify for it. Because this is a special type of taxation that is very advantageous and can only be found for PFAs. If you own a limited liability company in Romania, you cannot go on normă de venit. But what is this normă de venit? And please talk to your accountant about this, because the threshold, so the yearly revenue for which you can apply for norma de venit, sometimes changes. For example, from 2023 in Romania, we have some tax changes. I'll try to link the video somewhere here so you can check it out. And my colleague Remus also speaks about norma de venit, so I will not get into details because these are rather tax stuff. And specifically for tax things, speak to your bookkeeper. Don't rely totally on your lawyer for such advice, because we are specialized on commercial and immigration law, but we ourselves do not do bookkeeping. If you need, however, help to open a Romanian PFA or a limited liability company or other specific legal advice about Romanian law, you can leave us a comment down below if your question is on point, and we can answer it in the comment section. But if you need further advice, like more specific and tailored advice, make sure to book a call with us or have a consultation at our office. I'll leave you a link down below where you can make an appointment. And now let's move further. The fourth thing you should know about opening a PFA in Romania is that you should make sure the PFA is really your best bet, your best choice in terms of types of Romanian companies. You know, I mentioned at the beginning, we have a video about limited liability companies versus sole proprietorships, so PFAs. In that video, we go further on this topic, but I just want to mention really quickly. Sometimes, even if you qualify, you have your diplomas, you have residency in Romania, you are an EU citizen, so potentially you could open a Romanian sole proprietorship. Maybe you would be better off with a limited liability company. And the reasons are various. For example, if you open a limited liability company, so a Romanian SRL, you can choose your company name, company associate, so it will not be just you. Maybe you want to be 50-50 with a partner and share the burden of the company. Or maybe you want to do an exit in the future. The sole proprietorship is special for professionals, so nobody can take over your company if you want to sell it later. So there are many things to consider when choosing the type of Romanian company that you want to do business with in Romania. And we already talked about PFAs and SRLs, but there are also other types of companies. We have joint stock companies, SA, that's how we called it, SA, Societate pe Acțiuni. But that is mostly used when your company is quite big and you want to go on the stock market, not really for entrepreneurs at the beginning who have a startup. And we have also întreprindere individuală, II type of company. It is very similar to the PFA, but again, we don't want to get into the little details of this. If you need specific advice to choose the type of company you want to go further with, please book a call or email us and we can talk a bit more. And now we get to the fifth thing you should know about opening a PFA. And as I mentioned from the beginning, this might really surprise you, might be very interesting for you. Our advice is to get professional help when you open this type of company and in order to operate it. Preferably a lawyer that is specialized in commercial law. As I mentioned, we do commercial law, we have opened companies from many clients over the years, but we have also seen clients who come to us after their companies were already formed by somebody else, and that somebody else, unfortunately, was not always a lawyer, was not always somebody who knew what they were doing. There are many accountants out there who take on more roles than just bookkeeping. We have noticed that some of them try to open Romanian companies. They don't always do it the best way. So, as I mentioned, go to your accountant for tax advice, bookkeeping advice. But for opening the company, our advice is to go to somebody who really does that and who knows how the trade registry works. Because if you don't do it right from the beginning, it might take you more time and more resources. It will be definitely more expensive to hire a lawyer, somebody who knows what they're really doing, to fix it up for you. And whatever you do, please don't rely just on a relative or another Romanian friend who says, yeah, sure, I will help you open a Romanian company. No worries, we'll go together to the trade registry, do the paperwork. It is not so easy. We would like it to be so easy and to not be involved in the process of actually opening a company, but it's hard even for Romanians. Believe me, even some of our Romanian clients did not do it right or ended up just saying, just leave it, I'll leave it to a professional because it takes so much time. The trade registry and usually the people from public authorities in Romania are not the nicest ones, not really helpful, especially if you're not in Bucharest. You will not find somebody who speaks English. It's another obligation to speak English to you, so don't rely upon that. So this is it. These are the 5 main things you should know about opening a PFA, Persoana Fizica Autorizata type of company in Romania. Make sure to also check out our other YouTube videos about commercial law. We have many videos on this topic, not only about PFAs, but about Romanian companies like limited liability companies. And yeah, in the meantime, make sure to also check out our social media channels. We are very active on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And until next time, have a lovely day. Bye bye.